Here's a recap of your markets on this Wednesday, the third day of September. Seen a bit of Fed cattle trade develop today, kind of unusual for midweek, but all the same, there was a little bit of trade reported before the 2 o'clock cutoff time in nearly all of the feeding regions. We'll take a look at that here shortly. Today around the state, Green Sea Livestock Auction had a auction today. They had several load lots of yearling cattle there. 1,753 head looks like it's going to be the total. That report probably not completely finished yet, but awful close to it. Taking a look at the way some of those cattle sold today at Green City. The steers, medium and large ones, some 5 to 6 weights, 449 to 499. 6-7 weights at 422 to 438. Some 7 to 8 weights at 372.5 to 408. Some 8 to 9 weights at 347.5 to 367.50. The feeder heifers, medium and large ones, some 5 to 6 weights at 393 to 429, some 6 to 7 weights at 390 to 417, some 7 to 750 pound heifers, several load lots here from 359 to 379, some 8 to 9 weights at 341 to 345. Want to remind everybody, several special replacement cow sales coming up this month, this week. On Thursday evening, September the 4th at 6 o'clock, Callaway Livestock Center will be holding their special monthly replacement cow sale. On Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, just after lunch, Mocan Livestock Market, they'll have their monthly sale, expecting about 900 head there. And then Saturday evening at 5 o'clock, Ozarks Regional Stockyards in West Plains will be holding a special replacement cow sale. Box beef cutout values, choice was up $2.59 today at $416.04. Select was up $1.56 at $387.73. Those values based on 103 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. The choice select spread at $28.28. Taking a look at that feedlot trade that started to develop today, it's possible there was more trade after the 2 o'clock cutoff time, but here's what we had as of that report. 4,631 head. Texas had 780 head reported. Kansas, 925 head reported. Both of those regions at 242 live. When we look to the north, Iowa, 763 head. They were 242 live as well, which would be slightly lower. Some dress sales in Iowa at 385. Nebraska reported almost 2,000 head. Dress sales there at 383, and that would be slightly lower for the week if that holds to be true for the week. Taking a look at the closing futures markets on the Mercantile Exchange, everything on the livestock complex was lower today. Unsure if there was any real reason for that besides profit taking. Didn't see anything in the news yet anyway that really signaled anything. Of course, we are getting into the time of year where we do expect the box beef cutout values and beef demand to slightly drop a little bit. However, so far this month, those box beef values, just 3 days into the month, of course, but they have been higher so far. But as we get into some weather swings and stuff, it is likely that the market could start to see some pressure. Live cattle for October, $238.32, down $1.20. December, $240.25, down 90. February, $241.62, down 85. September feeders were down $217 at $362.07. October, $361.50, down $220. November, $361.07, down $240. Lean hogs for October, $93.82, down $1.72. December, $87.12, down $1.05. And February, $89.30, down $77. Turning our attention to the grain markets at the elevators around the state today. All the commodities there slightly lower. Soybeans 9 to 10 lower, wheat 6 to 12 lower, corn 4 to 5 lower. Corn bids at the elevators in St. Louis 408 to 409, Kansas City 395. Soybean bids St. Louis 1003 to 1004, Kansas City 946. Wheat bids in St. Louis, 462 to 470. On the Board of Trade today, for the most part, all the grain commodities were lower as well. Corn for September, 5 1/4 lower, 397 3/4. December, 418 down a nickel, and March 436 down 4 3/4. September beans down 9 3/4 at 10.16. November new crop 1031.5 down 9.5. January at 1050 down 9.5. Wheat for September down 9 at 504. December 522 down 6.25. March at 538.25 down 6.25. Soybean meal for September up 40 cents a ton at 275.90. All the rest of the meal contracts were 70 cents to $1.30 lower. Soybean oil for September down 81 cents a hundredweight at 51.16. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's a recap of your markets for Wednesday. This is Tony Hancock.